Hey everyone, I'm Sen, and you're listening to the Sen Hyen podcast. We now have a new schedule just for the Sen Hyen podcast. I'll be releasing new episodes every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Besides that, Sen also has unannounced live streams on Instagram and Talk and Do With Me videos. So, please subscribe and look forward to Sen's new videos coming soon. Many of you have asked me what I do when I'm stressed, so I really wanted to make this podcast for you to talk a little about it. Today is a normal day with a lot of good news. Lately, I've received many contracts and chosen a few partners I feel are very well suited to work with in 2022. So, you could say this is a win-win situation, everyone. But about 2 days ago, I had an extremely stressful day. I was stressed because my projects and plans for 2022 felt quite scattered, and there were so many things I needed to research. I once shared with you that 2022 would be the year I step out of my comfort zone to do things I've never done, never dared to do, and everything feels very vague. So, I had to write down so many things I didn't know, just so I could research and explore each one. If I want to challenge myself, then stress is a normal part of it. It's different from the stress I used to feel when I was working at a company. That day, I remember it was already 12 a.m. I'd been tossing and turning, unable to sleep since 10:30 p.m. I went to bed, turned off all the lights, but I just couldn't sleep. I really couldn't. I got up because I didn't want to keep lying there with all the chaotic thoughts in my head. I was worried about so many things and they kept swirling in my mind. How should I do this? How will I figure that out? Everything felt so muddled. And because I want to create the best things I'm capable of, I always try to find solutions to make everything as smooth as possible. I got up, grabbed a notebook, and started writing. I wrote so much, even when there weren't answers to the questions in my notebook. I just needed to write it out. It was just about wanting to vent my thoughts, and this is how I confront my feelings of stress. You see, I'm not someone who gets stressed often. Very rarely, in fact. As I've shared, I have a job I love, a wonderful environment because I'm the master of my own life. I can create projects and plans that suit me. And of course, sitting here and sharing these things with you is something I'm very grateful for because these are the things I love. I'm someone who loves to chat, to share, to sit down and create meaningful conversations together. Even if sometimes it's a little silly, I still love it. I really love this. I feel that when we all rush into companies, working jobs we don't love, stress and exhaustion just multiply. Like I said, there were times I'd get home at 8 or 9 p.m., utterly exhausted. But for what? To let my soul feel so heavy? To let everything become so tense every single day? If I were stressed day in and day out, honestly, I don't think I could bear it. That's why I decided to follow my heart. I chose an environment and a job I love, surrounded by people who make me feel peaceful and comfortable being myself. So perhaps to avoid stress, prevention is better than cure. We need to seek out environments and make choices that are good for our lives. When you look around your life, you might see too much exhaustion, but isn't that your decision? This job is your decision. Loving this man, loving this woman is your decision. Even if people try to hold on to you, begging you to forgive their mistakes, that's still your decision. Ultimately, in this life, we have to look back at everything and focus all the answers on ourselves. What am I doing? Am I happy? Is everything I'm doing daily truly what I want? This is my life, so I must take responsibility for it. If you ask how not to be stressed, first and foremost, we must create an environment we desire in every aspect. Relationships, work, daily habits, hobbies, everything. If you can arrange it all appropriately, then stress will certainly diminish a great deal. Currently, my life is much more comfortable. I feel I have more peaceful days. I just need to be here and live better each day, not trying to please anyone. If I do, it's definitely my audience, my followers, the people who watch my content. I'll try to create more content to soothe their hearts, satisfy them, motivate them, and make them love themselves more. If I can be stressed about that asterisk, then I asterisk want to be stressed. If I can create better products for you, if I can get closer to you, then I want to be stressed, my friends. Truly, if we're stressed about things we love, that's growth, an effort to make the things we love even better. And when you've built such an environment, I'll tell you that your life will change dramatically. Not only will stress be controlled, but everything, your mindset, lifestyle, focus, love, everything will change. Because when our lives are more comfortable and lighter, we ourselves become that way. But if we're in tense, difficult environments and phases, then we truly have to brace ourselves to cope, don't we? So, if you ask me how not to be stressed, the first thing is still to build an environment and choose things that make you happy every day. That's the important thing. But of course, life isn't always smooth sailing. There will always be this and that, because we are still in this mortal world with greed, anger, and delusion. So we can't say we'll ever be completely free of stress. We have to be realistic, right? I still get stressed, and I'm honestly sharing that with you. A few days ago, I was extremely stressed, worried. I was afraid I couldn't do it, afraid I wasn't good enough. I was afraid this plan would fall apart. But after sleeping on it, I asked myself, if I fail, what will I lose and what will I gain? Suddenly, I saw so many things. If I lost, I'd lose some money I invested, time, and effort. But if I gained, I'd gain a lot. First, I would have stepped out of my comfort zone. Second, I would have gained a lot of experience from these failures. And third, I would have gained more courage to continue with future projects. And no matter what, I'll keep moving forward. So, at this moment, even though I'm a little scared sometimes, you have to try to know. How can you be scared before you even try? I'm honest with this feeling, and I admit it stresses me when I fear my expectations are too high and I won't be able to meet them. So what do I do every time I feel that stress? Is there a way to alleviate it? Writing in a notebook is one way, as I mentioned earlier when I couldn't sleep. But I have another way that's even better and so simple. Taking a bath. I'm serious, I'm not kidding you. Really, every time I'm exhausted and stressed, I run to the bathroom. First, I use the toilet, then I take a bath and I bathe for an hour, sometimes even longer. You might wonder, what do you do for an hour? That's a waste of water and electricity. But honestly, that hour makes me feel so much lighter. It feels like it gives me a completely new source of energy, washing away all the worries, all the burdens on my shoulders. If you also take a bath like me every time you're stressed, you'll understand. Of course, this doesn't mean I only bathe when I'm stressed. I still bathe normally. This is a special kind of cleansing bath, much more so, and it lasts for an hour to an hour and a half. You'll ask what I do in there for so long. What do? I think. I shower and I think about life. But the special thing is, I don't just think in my head, I say it out loud. In the bathroom, I'm alone. It feels quite quiet in there. And the sound of the water drowns out my voice. I turn the water on very loud, then I talk. I speak out all my thoughts. Sometimes I'm afraid people will hear me, even though no one can hear my voice in the bathroom. But if I'm shy about speaking Vietnamese, I switch to English. Like, oh, I'm so sad, we are rare, I don't understand what happens. Everything you show by already I have to do. And I know what to do, I want to believe. Maybe I sleep first. No, and other about IELTS. What continent? I often mumble like that, you guys. I just bathe and mumble. And if I normally shampoo twice, now I'll shampoo 3 times. I'll deep condition my hair twice. And I'll use a loofah to scrub my whole body 3 or 4 times. Then I'll take time to gently massage my hair, smooth it, exfoliate my body. Every part of my body will be gently scrubbed. And during that time, I'll mumble. I just let out all my thoughts. I just say everything that's in my head so I can feel more comfortable. Oh, I'm afraid I won't be able to do it. There are so many things I have to worry about, I wonder if it has an end. Why did they treat me like that? I've tried so hard, did I do something wrong? Is what I said right? Could it really be that bad? I just mumble like that. I just talk like that in the bathroom, like I'm having a big conversation. And of course, when I bathe, there's always music. I play music very loudly so I can listen to it while I mumble. I especially like songs by Jeux or Imagine Dragons. Their music is very epic, very motivating, like Jeux, The Greatest, or Imagine Dragons, Believer, Demons, Thunder. I love listening to those songs when I'm stressed. I shower and play those songs, then I speak out all my thoughts against that background music. I know it sounds a little silly, but it's so effective, everyone. It really is. Every time I finish showering after an hour, I feel like everything has been washed away. Truly, you have to know this feeling, right? It's like if I had a beach nearby, I'd want to go there and scream out all my worries and anxieties. But oh well, going to the beach, running all the way to Vung Tau is too far. So I just stay in my bathroom, turn on the water, and imagine I'm under a waterfall. Then I scream. I talk. I express all my thoughts about my worries, all the stress in my head. And like that, after I finish showering and dry myself, I have a clean, fragrant body and a much clearer head. The more stressed I am, the longer I shower, and it's become a daily ritual for me. Sometimes it's a bit silly, right? I don't know if it's silly, but it truly gives me a sense of comfort. After I shower, I cook a simple dinner, but it's a dish I like. If I'm too lazy to cook, I might order food, then sit and eat until I'm full. Then I'll watch a lighthearted movie or nothing at all, but I'll go to sleep. I try to go to sleep very early. And if I can't sleep then, I'll take out my notebook and write again. And that's how I handle stress. It's very respectful. If I'm still stressed the next day, okay, I'll go back into the bathroom and take another long shower. Then I'll write all my thoughts in my notebook again. This is how I confront my feelings, everyone. Sometimes it sounds a bit childish and funny, but sometimes, we have to be the ones to face our emotions and deal with them ourselves, overcome them ourselves. Involving another person can sometimes complicate things. If you can find someone who understands you and can offer solutions, that's great. I still have mentors and friends I can talk to and meet if I need their advice or sharing. But some things I know only I can overcome, so I face them myself. Taking a bath might sound funny, but it's true, I'm not lying to you at all. My way of releasing stress is to take a bath. When I'm overwhelmed and tired and don't want to continue, I stop, take a bath, eat well, and go to sleep. The next morning, everything is back to normal, and my mood is much better. And like that, I've become a person who rarely stays stressed for too long. I remember my past self. There were times I was extremely stressed for a whole month, which made me exhausted and lose about 5 or 6 kilograms. That's because I didn't think I could escape my thoughts. I didn't confront it, I just ran away from it. If you run away from stress, you'll only get more tired. Instead, we should face it head-on. Speak out all your thoughts, even negative ones like, I feel so jealous of my friend, or I wish I had more money. Why do I spend all the money I earn like that? Or, I wish I could treat my parents better. I wish I cared more about people. Or, why did I say that? Why do I keep caring about someone who doesn't care about me? Should I reevaluate myself? All those thoughts, you should speak them out. Let them out and face them. That's a wonderful way to overcome stress. So, Sen's personal experience is, first, to create an environment where we encounter the best things. And second, when things turn bad, try to face them with confidence. Go take a bath. I'm sure that if you apply this, you'll feel very satisfied. It's like sometimes, things in life aren't as bad as we imagine. We just think about them too much when there might be ways to solve them, or maybe we don't even need to solve them at all. Just let it be. It's not that terrible. And taking a bath is also a way to relax, everyone. Sometimes, try to see life as a movie, and tough times are just one episode. We need to move on to the next episode, right? If you keep replaying one episode, it gets boring. So just take a bath, eat a delicious meal, and go to sleep. Those are simple things that Sen feels we can all do. Today's podcast is just light and happy like this. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sen Podcast YouTube channel to look forward to new videos that will be airing every Tuesday at 10 p.m. And if you want to ask Sen questions directly, you can follow my Instagram and look forward to upcoming live streams. I still live stream weekly, but I don't have a specific day. I just live stream whenever I have time. And those live streams will only be available on the Sen Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, the weekly podcast episodes will still be available on all platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you all very much for listening to Sen's podcast today, and I hope your days will be lighter in the coming time. Goodbye, and see you in the next podcast.